animals and take them home. It doesn't help them if you take them home. We don't have to kill them, we can just let them be as it is. Yeah, everybody has a right home? Yes? If nobody says anything, I guess it's yes. Okay, so, okay, good. So we sit again. From your own side, maybe a little bit reflecting what has been said. From your own side, a little bit kind of what is helpful, what is not helpful. Don't forget, Shantideva is saying this to himself. So if you find it helpful to not to fall into guilt and low self-esteem, but to really kind of give you the energy that we need in order to get out of samsara, then it's very good. And maybe as Shaket was saying also in one of the breaks, is we don't have to talk bodhicitta, just to develop that intention or to touch the wish that we have in our own hearts to be of benefit to others. Just to touch that, and how it makes life very meaningful when we choose to be of benefit to others, not out of duty, or because we want reputation, or because we think we have to, or getting famous because somebody is seeing us, or whatever. Just to choose to be of benefit to others, and we're doing this in order to develop that capacity. That might be helpful, if it appeals to you. The nice thing about Buddhism is you can choose whatever you find beneficial in that very moment. So maybe, happy mind. We've been listening and we've been reflecting, discussing, meditating. Happy mind to having gotten some tools to think, to at least see the disadvantage of attachment, so that we can then develop love. That's what is important. So that we can have relationships with people, not depending on them, not depending on praise, not depending on affirmation all the time, and to develop a very healthy self-confidence that even if we fail, our basic goodness, our basic spaciousness, our basic intelligence is always there. Sometimes just very hidden. And this basic space, goodness, and so on will appear when the mind is calm. Not agitated, not distracted. So to find joy in, one thing is having the freedom to choose whether you want to adapt that or not. Having the intelligence also to see what is beneficial for you, what is not. And appreciating your own interest to give up on kind of going to the beach, staying at home, the comfort of, or the instant happiness of being with grandchildren, children. Or if it's difficult to stay with the family, we can also produce some joy by thinking, maybe I got some tools to be able to bear the difficult situation in a more easy way, with a more relaxed mind. And we just sit like this for 5 minutes. Again, if you're distracted by thoughts, just check where they are going. Are they going into planning some pleasant experiences, looking forward, fantasizing, trying to find easy, relaxing, easy happiness? And you can then already apply the thoughts, oh, but it's all impermanent. Is that really the meaning of my life? Kind of stringing these pleasant moments very close together. For many people it is. Also in your Dharma practice, kind of not expecting it to be pleasant, but meaningful, long-term results. So watch your thoughts, recognize them. Where are they going? Then if we want to develop compassion for others, we have to develop compassion for ourselves. And of course, just being compassionate to some and not to others, then you cannot call this bodhicitta, even though you would give your life for these others. It has to be everybody. Not everybody at the same moment, but everybody in an equal way. And wow, this is a huge task. So don't be afraid of it. So then one can use arguments like, okay, we've had numberless lifetimes. So usually they say, oh, each sentient being has been my mother or father, caring about me, making sure I can survive. Maybe that one doesn't help so much, but we could think, all these beings, at one point they have been my children. So I did care for them. I did have spontaneously an open heart, wanting them to be happy. Just try out which way works better. If we think they have been our mothers, fathers, then there's gratitude coming up. We want to repay their kindness. If we think each of them more than one time has been my child, and there's also gratitude because you can see that not only, but very often, your children bring up kind of emotions in you, sensations that you would never have if you wouldn't have children, and they're beautiful. Usually mixed with fear because there's attachment, but still this totally unconditional wish for them to be happy, to be free from suffering. Spontaneously, it most probably only comes for our children. But we can train the mind to include more people there. So you think about, first yourself, my wish to be happy, my wish to be free from suffering. Don't run away from it. It can be nostalgic, painful, joyful, whatever. It produces a sensation. Just watch it, don't judge it. And then the thought, wouldn't it be wonderful if I had all these qualities that I want to have? Again, not with guilt, not with shame that we don't have them. We're on the way, we're training. And to see this as something beneficial, wouldn't it be wonderful to have an open heart to all beings without wanting anything in return? Just taste the thought. Not to have fear that they will take advantage of me, that I will burn out, that I'm going to make mistakes. Having the compassion and wisdom and the skillful means of a fully awakened being, spontaneously, uninterruptedly, and effortlessly, like a mother, always kind of acting for the benefit of others. Without being proud, without feeling stressed out, without being disappointed, with a lot of joy, with a lot of humor. Because you know about impermanence, you know about the nature of samsara, but you also know you have the ability to guide others to a state which is free of any suffering and the causes of suffering. So first we connect with those that we would spontaneously do it if they would listen to us. Very often they don't. But the wish to teach them Dharma, to tell them, look, it's your own responsibility, to support them in their practice, to give them the space and the time they need in order to sit with them, to guide them, to lead them. The wish is definitely there. So put these people, we can put them in front of us so we can see them. They're very important for our practice because then we feel that wish that we have. Not just may they be happy, but may I lead them, guide them to a state of happiness and free from suffering, free from fear, free from confusion. And experience that sensation. Don't go, don't look at their present suffering. It's not, because otherwise the heart closes and like that. Or just think of an occasion where you were able to give them advice and they were actually taking it up and changed their behavior or attitudes. The joy, not because of you, but because of them. The readiness to continue guiding, leading them. Giving them the support, the resources that they need. Telling them about their own potential. Seeing how you're inspiring them and how they take up some, whatever, practices, behavior, attitudes. So there it comes very spontaneously, so we can do it if there is attachment. But you might feel now the difference between these people, and now you take people that you actively know, you know that they have been actively being kind to you. As if you owe them something. That's thanks to them. Can be school teachers. Thanks to them you can read, write. We never think about these people. People who grow your food. No, we don't know them so well. Unless you know the farmer. Luna was just telling about that lady who makes these stuffed wine leaves that we enjoy. thanks to her efforts. Maybe you're a lady or you ladies in the supermarket. You know, not only in the summer where it's nice and cool in the supermarket, also in the winter when it's cold. Because the temperature has to be low so that the food doesn't go bad like the vegetables. They sit there the whole day, no daylight. So that you can just walk in, choose the vegetables, the stuff, walk out again, pay, yeah, okay. But you don't really pay them. They get salary, not a big profit. So of course we can say, oh, they're not doing this job out of kindness for me, but they do it, that's the main thing. Or when you are in trouble, you know, needed somebody, think about somebody like this, somebody offered you a place to stay. Or in Germany we say, lend an ear, who listened to you, who looked after your children while you were sick, or something like that. Somebody that we really understand how kind they are. And you experience that sensation when we think about these people. Don't go into guilt, okay? No point. Oh, I don't deserve that people are nice to me. Yes, you do. And you try out the same thing. You go like, may I be able to lead them to a state which is free from suffering and causes of suffering? Because I owe it to them. I want to do that. But they don't need to be attached to me. They don't need to call me 3 times a day or a week. They don't even need to know me. They can forget about me, the doctor, the dentist. It's okay, it doesn't matter. But I want to repay their kindness by inspiring them to using tools that leads to Buddhahood. And check the difference between the ones that we are attached to and the ones which is recognized that they have been kind to us, helping us, supporting us. Then you put people you dislike, people you don't like to meet. You have to meet sometimes, but you really don't like to meet them there. You tell, you know, in your mind, oh, they're difficult. In their mind, when they think about you, oh, she is difficult, or oh, he is difficult. Yeah, okay. And check your sensation, your attitude towards them, the readiness to lead them to a state which is free from suffering and causes of suffering. Oh yeah, we would like to do that so that they change their behavior and they're not getting on our nerves anymore. They stop harming others. This is what we would like to do, isn't it? But this is for us. This is again just a selfish thought. But face them, look at them. Don't run away from these unpleasant sensations that they produce in you. Fear, aversion. I think I need them on this path. Thank you very much for being difficult. Maybe you're my guru in disguise who comes to see where I am with my practice of patience and kindness. Who knows? And when these people are really negative and creating a lot of negative karma, instead of being angry and upset, we can understand they have no chance to end their samsara with their attitudes. Zero. They not even have the slightest interest in being more concerned about others than about themselves. what lies in front of them is tremendous suffering. Maybe they get what they want in this life, but what about future lives? So instead of being angry, maybe some compassion comes up. And just a thought, may I be able to meet them in the future with an open heart, so I can touch them, so I can inspire them. If they don't like me, I cannot inspire them. I want to dissolve these feelings of aversion. Makes me suffer, it's not beneficial to them. And it's definitely not bodhicitta. But we have to see the importance of them on our path. We do need them. Okay, then you go back to the ones that spontaneously your heart opens. So relaxing. And maybe you see them and you kind of think, oh gosh, I love you so much. From the heart. Just say it, just tell them. I'm so happy that you're in my life. And experience, enjoy the sensation of that. I love you so much. Without wanting anything. And when we enjoy, we experience that feeling, then we go, why do I limit myself to just these few people? What am I afraid of? Open my heart towards all beings. What I'm afraid of, to go against my habits of dividing people into friend, enemy and stranger. There is no stranger anywhere. We have all met before. Anybody can be an object of our compassion because they all suffer. They all don't have what they want. They all have what they don't want. Fleeting moments of happiness that kind of fizzle away, already in this life or at the time of death. I don't want to limit myself anymore to just these few beings where it comes spontaneously. But I need these few beings to show me I can have an open heart spontaneously. So we just stretch it. We think, may all beings be safe. May all beings be free from or be protected from physical and mental harm. May all beings be healthy, strong, or if they're not healthy, to be able to bear their sickness with a courageous mind. May they be free from fear. May they be loving and peaceful. And may they be able to live their lives with joy and ease. As long as they have samsaric minds, it will not happen. But may they have the conditions, the interest, the conditions outer and inner, to be able to recognize that all this suffering is not necessary because it's based on wrong views. May I be able to inspire all beings and have the skillful means to practice these methods and to lead and guide them to a state which is free from suffering and the causes of suffering. That's the purpose of my life. Thank you very much. Homework, watching your mind. When we see somebody, where does it go spontaneously? Into which of these? Aversion, attachment, indifference. And you, just this one thought, may you be safe, you know. Just this one thought, maybe you experience it. It creates so much space in our heart. May you be safe. If you have this thought, and this thought becomes part of your mind, may you be safe, we will not harm them spontaneously. So, or any other thought, you know, that's helpful. May you be happy. Okay, if it's big aversion, you go, may you be happy, not me, making you happy, but may you be. May you find, you know, as it says in the aspiration, may everybody be able to stop the negativities and find meaning in their life. These kind of thoughts. Yeah. Especially the very harmful people. It's no point getting angry at them. But anger, again, you know, don't suppress it. It shows us something, that something is not right. So it's okay, you notice it, and then you act, you try to calm down, and then you act. Anger is something that we need as ordinary human beings, otherwise really everybody walks over us at the beginning, okay? Then afterwards, when you actually want people to walk over you so you can practice, then it's perfect, like Lama Zopa says, you know, at the beginning problems are, ooh, then towards at the end, but you know, on the path, all of a sudden you start to like your problems because you see, wow, they really make me grow. And I tell you, from my side, for me, there is nothing that is more pleasant than having an open heart, finally, towards somebody that I had aversion for. There's nothing that is more pleasant. And that pleasure lasts, you see? And it's free. It doesn't give me more kilos on top of it. It's not harmful for the environment. And we all have access to this, so we need these people where we have aversion to them. Don't avoid them. Don't run away from them. If they're harming you, then you do run away from them. Keep distance. But if not, then it's just watch your thoughts and then try to. First, it's just, you know, intellectual. Maybe happy, maybe well. All of a sudden, the heart really pulls along. It's so, wow.